Today we're going to be comparing the LG Optimus and the Samsung Intercept, both of them from Virgin Mobile. Boot time between the phones. The Optimus took 35 seconds to boot and the Intercept took 130 seconds to boot. Let's go and do another sound example with Virgin Mobile's live music station. Before we go on, you can see right here what I mean by color. The LG Optimus, the red, is just bright, whereas the red on the Intercept is very dull, almost bluish. Alright, so an example of sound, LG Optimus. Samsung Intercept. Let's go over antenna signal strength. The Samsung Intercept is at 106 dBm, where the LG Optimus is at 95 dBm. The higher the number, the worse the signal. Okay, we're going to go over screen. I have the screen brightness on both phones turned down to half brightness. As you can see, the Optimus is bright, crisp text. It has a better resolution, although the screen is plastic. The Intercept, the colors are a little washed, they're not as rich. The text is a little dull, though the touch screen part is glass. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see the text. Both phones have screen orientation. This is the Optimus. You have up, has 3 orientations. And also has a touchscreen keyboard. The Optimus does not have slide out QWERTY. And this is the Intercept. It does not orientate the other way. Does have touchscreen keyboard as well as slide out QWERTY. Let's go over the Wi-Fi. In earlier reviews, the Samsung Intercept had trouble with some wireless end routers where I had to drop the wireless end of the router. With those same routers that the Intercept had trouble with, the LG Optimus had absolutely no problems with. So let's go ahead and do a speed test. And you can see those numbers together. The LG Optimus got much higher on the download and the upload. PC connection on the phones. The LG Optimus, I did not have any problems connecting to Windows 7 64-bit. With the Samsung Intercept, I did have problems connecting to any 64-bit operating system. Call clarity with both phones, I found them to be equally the same. Battery life to be about the same, though the screen is brighter on the LG Optimus, so if you want to save your battery life, it is really bright. You're going to have to turn it down. The lowest brightness on the LG Optimus was about the same as the highest brightness on the Samsung Intercept. But I would like to show you where the LG Optimus really shines to the Intercept as it currently is with the 2.1 and 2.2 OSs. We're going to use a Smart Bench. And It's going to go through some stuff. As you can see, it's going through the graphics. And it's not as fast as some phones, but on the Intercept, the Intercept cannot even do what the Optimus is doing right now. And we'll flip over to that. And the Intercept has finally started to load some of these graphics, and it's calculating the tunnel. Now the Intercept is an 800 megahertz on the CPU. The Optimus is 600, but this shows you right here how choppy and slow it's going through the tunnel. And you saw in the previous part how the Optimus was much smoother, running the same tests. Again, this is the Samsung Intercept. I'm going to pause this as this is going to take forever so I can show you the actual benchmark scores. And as you can see, we are finally done. So our scores are for the LG Optimus, which is this one here. It got a 564 on the productivity index, and the game index it scored a 580. With the Samsung Intercept, for the productivity index it got a 155, and for the game index it got a 123. That's a considerable difference. Here I'd like to show you another example with Angry Birds 1.5. This is the latest update. With the LG Optimus, it is, you see the colors, it plays smooth, it loads, you go right to it. As you can see, I pull back, it goes, it plays. With the Samsung Intercept, I can get it to play fine with the 1.3, and I think that's 1.3.5, but anything after that, it won't. So as you can see here, I pull back, and eventually it goes. And eventually it goes. Although the LG Optimus does not have a slide-out QWERTY board, it does have touchscreen keyboard, and it has a feature called Swipe. Let's see if I can get to it and show you here. Wherever you stop, and then it tries to recognize the word. And YOU. And so that's how that works. Like I said before, the LG Optimus comes with Android 2.2, so the memory is going to look a little different than the Intercept. No lag going through the menus. So easy and nice. Again, the lock's up here, so the unlock is going to look a little different. With the Intercept, my problem came not with going through that particular memory. It was these touch sensitive buttons that didn't always work. It took a couple tries. Let's lock, unlock. The one nice thing about the Samsung Intercept is it does have, when you're on a call, a dedicated call-in button. If we were in a call, you would hit that to end it or to make a call button. And with the LG Optimus, there is no dedicated, so if you were in a call, you would have to pull and you were multitasking, you would have to pull that down, switch back to the call to try to end it instead of just hitting the button. So with the cameras, I'll show you a little what they can do. On the LG Optimus, it saves it in the rotation that you have taken the picture. Whereas with the Samsung Intercept, you have to go into the computer, or you have to go in and edit it to rotate it in the orientation that you took the picture. The Samsung Intercept had the truer colors in auto mode, whereas the LG Optimus in auto mode, the colors seemed a little washed, although the LG Optimus had crisper picture, better contrast. I recommend not using the auto mode in some cases. Look at the colors, maybe putting it in daylight. And this might be just for the 2.2. The picture rotates with orientation. Where it doesn't rotate with the Samsung Intercept. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'd like to say first Android Flash will not be supported by the phones. They're pre-Cortex CPUs. If people want to write in and say how to get basic Flash going and help other people, that would be great. There are ways, browsers. Version mobile update for the Intercept can't get here any sooner, and I look forward to rerunning the benchmarks after it gets the update, if it gets the update March in June, sometime in between there. I will list the pros and cons in writing under the video. So if you want to click the little drop down menu and on the details, I'll put the pros and cons there so you can see them side by side. I do want to say I can easily recommend the LG Optimus over the Samsung Intercept as they ship right now. I would say the only reason that you would choose the Samsung Intercept over it is if you really have to have this QWERTY keyboard, if you're a speed texter or a second minder on the calls. As for the BlackBerry 8530, between the BlackBerry and the Android, that is a personality preference of being organized. One-click PC backup of everything on your phone, security. Then then a BlackBerry might be more for you, especially if you have other friends that have BlackBerries and they do BlackBerry Talk. So between the BlackBerry and the Android, I'm not going to recommend the LG Optimus over the 8530, vice versa. It's BlackBerry, Android, very personal preference between security and social phone. But between these two phones, I love the LG Optimus.